Gentlewoman from Minnesota, Mrs. Bachmann, is recognized for 60 minutes as a designee of the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is a privilege to be able to stand in the greatest deliberative body in the world and in the well of the House of Representatives. It's especially poignant that we're here today as members of this body because we're looking at a historic shift in United States history. Next week, Mr. Speaker, not one American will escape the new rule and regulatory burden of Obamacare. We're going to face something that's unprecedented in the history of the country. And we already know, Mr. Speaker, what some of those results will be. We have a law that's absolutely unaffordable. Our president told us that we had to hurry, 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 not even take time to read the bill because we were going to be saving $2,500 per American household if we passed this bill. Well, Mr. President, we're already told that the average increase is about $3,000 per household, well over a $5,000 difference from what you promised us. It's unaffordable, Mr. President. Now we also know it's completely unworkable. How do we know that? Because, Mr. President, we already know that you have granted 19 different waivers, blockages, repeals of Obamacare. Even your administration, Mr. Speaker, we would say to the President, has admitted it's completely unworkable. And it's unfair. I think this is what galls the American people, Mr. Speaker, more than anything. How do we know it's unfair? Take a look at the leader of one of the largest unions in the United States, one of the advocates for the Unaffordable Care Act, as many have called it. James Hoffa, the head of the Teamsters Union, calls the Obamacare a nightmare. And he has begged and pleaded the President of the United States to back off of Obamacare because he said, in his words, it is taking away the American dream. What unions have worked for, to build up a 40-hour work week, we're now becoming part-time nation. So that employers today are looking for employees that will work no more than 29.5 hours a week. That's a 25% reduction in hours for the average American worker, let alone the multiple tens of thousands of employees that have already been thrown off of their health insurance. That's unfair. And finally, it's unpopular. Never has Obamacare enjoyed any popularity, and the President of the United States promised his side of the aisle, don't worry, just pass it. In other words, build it and they will come. Well, the bill was passed and today, just literally days before this bill comes into effect, it is more unpopular than ever. And if we think it's unpopular now, wait until it's fully implemented. As they say, there's nothing more expensive than something that's supposed to be free, and we're going to find out just how expensive that is.